Hi guys, we're back. We're going to talk about positioning the microscope when you do microsurgery. We're in the middle of the deep flap breast reconstruction, unilateral left side. So patient is here. We've just done our dissection. The recipient vessels are ready. Everything is into place and ready to do the microsurgery. So the first thing what you want to do, obviously, is get the microscope in. What you want is to have the microscope, the arm of the microscope, and let's say about 100 to 120 degrees, so you can easily move the microscope back and forth as you wish. Right. Now, next thing is, we'll turn it on. Now the next thing is your position. The bad thing actually about doing microsurgery is that your spine is not in the right position. Because what you want to do is you want to be sitting up. You want your head just on top of your body, and you want to be in a relaxed position. Now, there are three things that can change in height, and that is, first of all, the microscope, the table, and your chair. So these three things need to be in line. And what you need to do is you want to have a position like I'm sitting right now. You want to sit on your chair. You want your thighs to be slanted a little bit. Both feet on the ground gives you sufficient stability. And you want your spine to be straight. Now, your elbows, you want them to be a little bit flexed, so 90 degrees or maybe a little bit more flexed like this. This will give you a very comfortable position. Now, this shows already that the table is too high. So the first thing you want to do, so the first parameter that you want to change is position of your chair, obviously. If you're going to be sitting like this is going to be an uncomfortable position, right? If you're too high, you're going to be half standing up. If you think that's comfortable, you can do it. I like to be in a slightly sitting position, a little bit like this. This is how I want to be. So the next step is going to be positioning the table, the height of your table. Now here, if you can, in any circumstance, if you're doing hand surgery, for example, it's much easier because you have a side table. But if you can have a table where you can slip your legs underneath the table, that's always the most comfortable position you can get. But the table is too high, so we're going to lower the table a little bit, and then increase my seat a little bit. Right, can we get the table down? Table down. And I want to get it to the height that my arms are in the right position. Okay. More. Right, stop. Before you determine the height of your microscope, there are a couple other things you need to do. First of all, you need to determine your interpupillary distance. So this is for everybody personal, and you can just, depending on what microscope you use, you can determine what that distance is. Second is, if you're wearing any prescriptions, you can also determine the focus of your eyes by just, if you have asymmetric focus, then you can determine that by just turning on the little reel that you have right here. So once you have that right, then you want to determine your height. The first thing what you want to do to get your microscope in focus is that you want to put your focus all the way down. All right. So now this is the shortest focal distance between the microscope and your field. Now, once it's all the way down, you want to get it up a little bit. So now I'm about, let's say, 250. That's where I want it to be. Because now I can still go up and down as I wish. If you're all the way down, only thing you can do is just come up a little bit. So once you're there, you're fine. The next thing you want to do is you want to zoom in completely. I'm going to look in and then zoom in completely. To the smallest field that you get. And then you're going to, with your microscope manually, you're going to look for your field and you're going to try to get as good as you can to your anastomosis site and manually put it at the right distance, in the right position. You release. So now I'm exactly at the level where I'm going to do my anastomosis. Now you can zoom out. You can do that by hand, or you can do it with your pedal, whatever you want to do. So I like to do my zoom and focusing with my foot. So I take off my shoes so I have a better feel. Here's my XY, I can go back and forth as I wish. And here is my zoom and my focus, and I just work with my feet just like you would be driving a car. You're accelerating, releasing all with your feet while you're driving with your hands. It's the same thing. It's something that you have to learn, obviously. You can do it by hand, but then you have to release your instruments and you have to grab it and take your instruments back again. If I'm working like this, I can do two things at the same time. I position in the right position. I go to my final position. Make sure I'm in the right position with my microscope. And now everything is in focus. And as I zoom in and out, I will always be in focus with this way. So you don't have to change the focus anymore. You can zoom as much in and out as you wish. The microscope is stable. Your position is right. I'm comfortable. You can still push this up and down if you feel it's like a little centimeter too high, a little centimeter too low. Just make sure if you're sitting in front of your field, that you're looking straight in the microscope and you're not sitting like this, and you're not sitting like this. It's going to kill your neck. You want to sit straight. So if you want to have stability of your, doing your microsurgery, you want stability of your wrist. So I'm going to build up a little plateau here where I can put my hands on. Depending what instruments are there, you can just help yourself like this. It's a little too low, one more. This one, yeah. Alright, and now I have a plateau where both my wrists are resting on, and I'm in a good position.